Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. So last time we beat the Bed of Chaos over here in the Lost Izalith area and that was our second Lord Soul, so now we've only got two more to go. So heading towards the third one now, we're going to want to go through the Catacombs so we can warp back to Firelink Shrine, and we're going to head down to the Catacombs and then to the Tomb of the Giants and then beat Gravelord Nito. Back here in Firelink Shrine, we're just going to rest just in case we do die on the way down through the Catacombs. It means that we will respawn back here at Firelink and not back at the flippin' Lost Izalith bonfire, which is just needless and annoying. It's worth pointing out that now that we have acquired a piece of like chaos fire, if we show it to Laurentius here, the firekeeper, he's going to be like enamored with that. He's going to be like, where did you get that? If you tell him, oh, I got it from some dying spider lady down in Blighttown, then he will actually go down there and try to find some for himself, which will result in him going insane and losing him as a merchant. So if he says to you, so if you tell him all about where you got this pyromancy, you will lose him as a vendor. So although it's kind of mean, the actual like best thing to do here is to refuse to tell him about it. It will save his life.
I see. Suppose I was mistaken. In any case, I definitely trust you. Apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
So he's kind of sad, but it does mean that you get to keep him as a vendor. And it's just a shame to see all the NPCs go off and get themselves killed needlessly. So we'll head here through where Frampt is chilling over here and to the graveyard, which we will then explore and go down to the catacombs with. So I mentioned this way back when we were first touring Firelink Shrine, but these skeletons will infinitely respawn unless they are killed with a divine weapon down here in the catacombs. So I have got a divine weapon. I actually have a Stora's straight sword that we picked up in the Valley of the Drakes, but if you are not already prepared with a divine weapon, you do need 14 faith to be able to use a Stora's straight sword, so if you didn't start as a cleric, you won't be able to wield this weapon, and you'll need to go and make your own. I can recommend, obviously, getting green titanite shards, etc., and then taking those to Andre, the blacksmith, in the Undead Parish, just to level up any old weapon. You will need to get a regular weapon to +5 before you can then ascend it with Andre to make it a divine weapon. It doesn't matter how much damage it does really, you just need to make sure the killing blow on the skeletons is with this divine weapon, so you can sort of switch out between your regular weapon. Or you can take this occult club that we found in Anor Londo, and you can instead take this to Andre, and you can modify it sort of backwards, and you can change it from occult back into divine, because once you ascend divine to +5, you can then ascend divine into occult. So it works both ways. We can get a divine weapon and make it an occult weapon, or we can get an occult weapon and make it back into a divine weapon. So what I quite like to do is just take this occult club back to Andre. Oh, I picked up another ember, but he doesn't handle that one. That is for a different blacksmith, so don't worry about that. Allow him to modify equipment over to this one at the end here, which is sort of like a reversion type thing. So you can turn this enchanted falchion into a magic falchion, or this occult club into a divine club +5. So that's actually going to work really well for us. Oh, be careful not to like revert it once again. We want that divineness to it. If you want to learn how to make divine weapons into occult weapons, you will need the Dark Ember, the Deep Ember, which is in the Painted World, which we haven't actually done yet, but we will do at some point. So now that we have our divine weapon just here, I'm going to say it's probably better to use the club over the straight sword. It does a little bit more damage. Plus, I really do like using the club on the skeletons in the catacombs because the club is like a smashy weapon and it tends to make the skeletons crumble and it gives you some time to sort of orientate yourself. Yeah, I can highly recommend just reverting the occult club. Once again, if you didn't actually realize that we got in the occult club, it was back in Anor Londo behind the hidden room. It's like a hidden wall, sorry, behind the illusory wall in the sort of fireplace bit. It's where we found Havel's armor. There was a mimic there that we killed, and that gave us the occult club. So heading down here, let's just get our club equipped. We can kill these skeletons in 2 hits. These ones, if I'm not mistaken, don't respawn, but the ones down in the catacombs do. But we'll just make sure that we're killing them with the divine weapon so that they don't respawn. There's a soul there you can pick up. It's nothing too amazing. But we are absolutely fine. See, as you can see here, the club is sort of like making the skeletons break, which is very handy. You can explore the graveyard more. There is a Zweihander, very big, powerful 2-handed weapon. Always thought it was a bit slow for me, personally. But you can find that if you like and use that. There's also binoculars over there. There's a real big skeleton that comes to life over there, so you can feel free to explore that if you like. And then what's the worst that can happen? You die? Bonfire's right behind us, mate. We're instead going to continue downwards into the catacombs. And the first thing we're going to find very quickly is the type of enemies we're going to be dealing with in here. We have these little red skulls, which will come up to you and they'll start getting angry and explode. So, which actually hits the skeletons as well. If the skeletons are killed by the skulls, they will respawn. But if they're killed by me, they won't. Okay, so be aware when you see these things come up to you and then start to sort of shake and scream. They're going to explode. They've got a fairly huge area of effect on the explosion, so these little floating heads things should be taken with a bit of caution. Proceeding downwards, we just want to take this nice and slow. There's probably a skeleton around every corner. If you don't have a divine weapon, you're going to find this really difficult because you're going to have to go slowly, obviously, and just take your time, but you're also going to have to push forward at a pretty high pace because if you hang about too long, your skeletons are just going to respawn, which is not great. So there's another 2 in here, just for making sure that they don't follow me, just taking them out. If we head through here, and then on our left, okay, we've got another skeleton here. On our left is the room with the bonfire in it. So we'll get our catacombs bonfire. This door is currently shut, so you can't go ahead any further. You're forced into this room on the left. I'm going to switch to my regular sword here. This is our first necromancer that we found, so they have pyromancy attacks, and they also are the ones that are responsible for resurrecting the skeletons. So once you have defeated the necromancer of the current area, it means that it doesn't matter what you kill the skeletons with, they will no longer respawn. So we'll pull this lever here, and that opens the door up above, and we're going to rest and kindle this bonfire. Because I've got humanity, and I'm human, so I may as well kindle. Just kindle the world. Alright, beautiful. Do I have enough to level up? Oh, I'm like 1,000 souls away from leveling up, really? The necromancers, it's worth noting, do not respawn. So you'll often find with this area, like, if you're able to just do a little bit at a time... Oh, I need 1 more soul. At least if you're able to get the necromancer, progress is progress, and you will eventually manage to push through it. Alright, 1 more level. Let's put that into... I did manage to get 30 endurance. I'm not sure if I should try and push that any higher. My weapon is doing very good damage with 40 strength here, so that's sort of fine for now. But you can push that to 50 if you want. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for 25 vitality next. Let me just double check if I can fast roll yet. I do have 2 weapons on, so I probably won't be able to fast roll in this area anyway, but let's have a look. Hey, finally with 30 endurance we can fast roll. Fantastic. But I'm also wearing the club, so I won't, you know, in future it'll be great. For the 4 kings, it'll be great. Worth pointing out that that took me 30 endurance to get because I've got a very heavy sword and a very heavy heckin' shield, but it's fine. It's fine. So there's 2 skeletons in this room I'm just going to take out just to be safe. And now that this door is gone, we can proceed through the catacombs. These statues here, these sort of like... I've always thought of them as like women. I don't know why. They're like hooded women. Some of these do come alive with spikes and they spike you, so just be aware. Not these ones, obviously. I mean in future. Just be aware just not to walk too close to them. Over here, if you have ranged attacks, such as a bow, I forgot to buy more arrows. Ah, how annoying. If you do have a bow with arrows, you can snipe this necromancer here. And you will find it makes this next area a little bit easier, so you can snipe him. But we're just going to take this a little bit slower and just take out these skeletons with our divine club. They won't respawn no matter how much the necromancer tries. Oh, this attack's wait! Mate, your aim! That attack's fun because it does leave the skeleton sort of stunned after it, so I like to watch for that one. Okay, Necroman is gonna be throwing fireballs at us, so we have to, you know, have some kind of pace here. He's got some skeletons with him there. Okay, once you get up to him, he's a bit of a coward, so he'll run away. You've got an archer up there, so be aware of that. He can't hit us if we are right underneath him. So we can fight this skeleton. We could always pull the other one around here as well. Just fighting everything as safely as possible. Taking our time through this area. Just to make sure, you know, it's better to go slow through it once than to rush and have to go through it twice. So. Necromancer has run off again. Just through that room there. You can sort of see some kind of fog up there. That's interesting. I've never noticed that. So he's run along this corridor here. You can see him with his lantern. We're going to just take this nice and slow and not rush him. Here's the skeleton friend. There he is. Okay. So we'll take out the skeleton first. Hiding behind the wall to avoid the fire. Come on, pal. There we go. Okay, and you can heal up just to be safe. Perfect. Right, so that's all the skeletons for now. If we can get up to him. Ah, perfect. Don't know if that's going to kill him, though. Oh, it did. Fab. Ideal. If he runs away, don't worry. Just get the skeletons first. Okay. And our archer one is still up there trying to hit us, which is funny. He's got a little hole in the wall. He'll still try his best. Over here on the right, we can pick up shiny, but we may as well just get these guys first. They are tricky and annoying. This is Lucerne, a halberd weapon. It's a pretty good weapon. Let's just heal up here. Keep ourselves topped off. Because we did start as a cleric, it allows us to get, obviously, a Stora's Straight Sword, but also let us start with the heal medical, which I find really helpful because, I mean, when 10 Estus just isn't enough, you've also got heal. So we're good here for now. Right. So round the corner here, you'll either have the Necromancer or the Archer. We took out the Necro, so just the Archer. There. Can I get you to... this guy to come over here, possibly? There he is. There we go. Andy's just presenting himself on a platter for us. Beautiful. Hey, where'd the Archer go? Oh, he fell! Leave no stone unclubbed. I don't know. Head back round. Okay, background here to where I didn't have to kill him. I just really wanted to. Okay, so this is our way out of here. As you can see, the bridge is not very welcoming, not very friendly. So we're going to have to go around to the right here. We do have more of these exploding skulls. We're just going to provoke. Oh, the sound bugged for me there. That one didn't make a sound. Just get you guys to explode. Oh wow, the skeleton fell down. Ideal. There we go. 2 of those down. This is when the statues start to spike you. Okay, if we follow it around here, there's another skeleton. And another lever that we can pull, which will flip the bridge there. You can see just there, it's going to flip it round. and we'll be able to walk across it. Grab this shiny at the end here. Soul of a Proud Knight, and make note of this suspicious gentleman over on the other side of the bridge. What's he doing? Okay, this next bit I find kind of tricky because you have the necromancer who likes to just sit at the mouth of the tunnel there, and then you also have the two skeletons. So I think what we'll do is we'll just see if we can get them to follow us through here into this room to safety. I don't really like fighting them when you've got him slinging fireballs at you. Miraculously, one of them has actually rolled off the bridge, which is ideal. So we've just got to take this one down and then head over to deal with Necro. Probably should have blocked there instead of going for the hit, but he's down. Either way, he's down. Alright, so over here on the right, be careful because you can fall down. Just that grave there, you can sort of see a square on the end there. You can fall down there. So careful of that. And then over here, we have a downward spiral staircase that we're going to carefully make our way down, killing this skeleton on the way. There are some that come up to join you too, and then as you can see from the bones on the ground, more will spawn. Ugh, it would have been good if he had come up rather than falling down, but that's okay. So just take it nice and slow. Defeat the skeletons as they appear. Oh. I've run out of stamina there. Fab. Alright, so we're going to heal up here. Not too bad, not too bad. Making good progress. Okay. This room in here sucks. This room in here absolutely sucks. Okay. Got that one. Got that one. And got that one. Fab. These skeletons spike you too. So you can grab that soul from there, but be aware, just kill the skeletons one by one. He dropped his weapon. Nice. Alright, so our way is once again blocked, so we're going to have to proceed forwards to find the lever to open that. So continue down the spiral staircase here. He might fall off. Yep, he has done. Fab. Careful of your targeting, because there's been a lot of times I've like had my enemy targeted and actually followed him off the edge. There's no skeletons in here, so switching back to my Black Knight sword. Might be worth using the Dragon Crest shield for this area rather than the Crest shield, just because we are dealing with a little bit of fire rather than magic, so I'll just swap that there. And here's the lever you can push to open the door up at the top of the stairs here. So it's worth pointing out now, I'm not going to do it, but down here, you can step off the edge and land on a platform below that allows you to get both the Fire and Chaos Blacksmith, a much better bonfire for dealing with the boss of the Catacombs and the first part of Tomb of the Giants, and just an easier way through the Catacombs, really. But I'm not going to do it because I am just going to show you that there is something worth noting about this like next part of the Catacombs. So we could do that, but we're not going to do it just yet. But that is the way we go. We'll come back there later. But first of all, we're going to get a little walkway over here. We're going to go... Huh. That was kind of strange. What happened there? The bridge turned over by itself? Sorry, I'm playing coy. We're gonna head over here. This wall at the end of this corridor looks kind of suspicious, doesn't it? That's because it's an illusory wall. So if you roll through that, there is a bonfire up the stairs here that you can light, rest, kindle, whatever you like. I've got spare humanity, so we can kindle it. Just kindle everything, man. You can level up, warp away if you've forgotten something, whatever you want. You can't warp to here. It's worth noting you cannot warp to that bonfire. You can only warp to the bonfire at the blacksmith to continue with Catacombs that way. So we will be going, I will be showing you how to get that. But just to point out that I have decided to go and get this bonfire first because I am notorious for failing the drop down to the blacksmith and to that bonfire down there. So at least if I have this bonfire, I've got a quick and easy way to try again if and when I do fail to get that other bonfire. So up here there's a ladder. We can go up here and we can speak to this mysterious and suspicious chap who we saw from the other side. Am I a cleric? Well, I mean, I was, but I'm not really anymore. Yeah, sure. I will. Just wondering why you're next to that lever there. Just, okay. Well, nice to meet you. This place is treacherous, and then he had an evil laugh after it. So, yep, you guessed it. This is Patches. Patches the hyena. So he's gonna actually trick us, and he's gonna turn this bridge while we are on it. And we're gonna die. I think we're gonna die. Probably. I'm gonna try not to. Oh, there we go. So that would have sent us plunging down into the depths below and would have definitely killed us. So what do you think you're doing, man? Why would you do that? Why would you? If you die, obviously, we got the bonfire there, so you're fine. Excuse me? Well, no, but, like, it could have. Trusty Patches, huh? Oh, thanks for the humanity. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna, just push this here. So I can get past, okay? Thanks, man. So, he's got different dialogue depending on whether you died or not, but if you sort of confront him, he'll give you a gift to say sorry. You can get mad and kill him, and there's not actually anything wrong with doing that, really. I wouldn't blame you, put it that way. But I'm not gonna, just to show you what happens when you don't. So proceeding down here, getting my club back out again. We've got more skeletons that we're gonna try and kill just one at a time. As always. Fab. Behind this wall are a lot of skeletons, a lot of them. However, there is also a ring that you can pick up if you're looking to access the Darkmoon Covenant. So there are two ways that you can get to fight Gwendolyn, the head of the Darkmoon Covenant, in Anor Londo. One is by killing his sister, although don't worry, it's not his actual sister, it's just an illusion. After you kill Ornstein and Smo, if you shoot her with an arrow or any kind of other projectile, that angers Gwendolyn and it does allow you to get through to fight him. Or, if you go through into this room, fight all the skeletons and get the Darkmoon Seance Ring, it will allow you to access not only his boss room but also his Covenant if you are looking to join the Darkmoon Blades. However, I'm not going to go in here because this isn't a Covenant walkthrough, it's just the easiest way to beat the game walkthrough and this room sucks. So that's what's in there. If you're interested, I'll make a separate video on that later and I've linked it in the cards for you above. And proceed. Oh, he's like in the wall there. Oh, I kicked him. Oh, there's two of them stuck in the wall there. Huh. Oh. Managed to hear that behind me there. Okay, cool. I mean, you can fight all the skeletons here, and the floating heads don't really come too close. I just prefer to just take it slow, just in case. If you're feeling very ballsy, you can obviously jump that gap here, across here, if you want. Didn't really see the point in taking the risk, personally. We're now going deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And straight ahead of us, in this room of sarcophans. I was going to say sarcophaguses, but no, coffins. You can see just the outline of another Titanite demon. Oh, he looks so mysterious here in the dark, doesn't he? So let's go have a play with him. The way you fight them is just the same way you would fight all the other Titanite demons. And that is to back off when he jumps. And to stick near his broken leg. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna back off and heal here. Oh, he's scary in the dark, huh? Okay, and that should be him. Fab. So another Demon Titanite for us. And we get to grab our prize at the end here, which is 3 Eyes of Death. So these Eyes of Death are tied to the Gravelord Covenant. So this is how you access the Gravelord Covenant here. You don't have to kill the Titanite demon to be able to access the Covenant, because it's just this coffin here, and he doesn't actually aggro until you go right up to him. So if you want, you can just say, heck, the Eyes of Death, I'm not bothered. I just want the trophy. Nestle in the coffin. Wait a few moments, and then we will be transported to... Actually, it's the boss arena. It's Nito's boss room. Nito is the head of the Gravelord Covenant. So if you are looking to go for Platinum, to progress in this Covenant, or even if you just want to play around with the Gravelord Covenant, it's a kind of trolly PvP kind of Covenant, which can be quite good fun. Then you will need to do all that before you kill Gravelord Nito, because he is the Covenant leader. So if you kill him, no more Covenant. So this is how you get there. I've got like vibrations in my controller that feel like footsteps, so they're like taking the coffin all the way down through the Tomb of the Giants. This is the room that we will fight Nito in later. And this is Nito. At the back of it. There's no spooky skeletons. There he is. There's no spooky skeletons here yet, but when we fight him, there will be. But yeah, there he is. The Sarcophagus Gravelord. See, I knew it was sarcophagus. But yeah, he's sort of dormant, but he's sort of wiggling away. So if we pray to him, we can enter his covenant. If you're a particular fan of the covenant that you're in, you don't actually have to press yes to be able to get the trophy, if I'm not mistaken. But we got nothing to lose, so let me just join up here. We get the Gravelord Sword and the mythical Gravelord Sword Dance, which is good fun miracle. Offering up Eyes of Death will allow you to progress in this covenant. You can win an Eye of Death by participating in Gravelord activities, bit of PvP. Or by farming basilisks. They drop from basilisk enemies if you are not playing online. So to get back, we just nestle in the coffin once again. And we will, pretty much instantly this time, we don't have long to wait. be transported back to where we first were in the catacombs. I love that you just get a tiny glimpse of the skeleton that just before he closes the roof on you. Okay, we have returned. I just figured that was worth pointing out. This isn't necessarily a platinum guide, it's just whatever jumps into my head at the time when we're playing through. Alright, just thought I would point that out to you. It's worth noting that that's where that is. Gravelord sword is really good. It's a really nice looking sword actually. I don't know what the strength requirement is for it. 24? So it has a poison effect, which is pretty cool, as well as a kind of fun moveset, and it just looks pretty badass, really. It's slower than I would like, but it's got that really cool sort of moveset, and once again, it does have a poison effect. So there's a few bosses or strong enemies that you might want to use this on. It's worth picking up, so you can only get that from the Gravelord Covenant. Switching back to my Black Knight sword here, just to move on. Oh, actually, no, we'll need the Divine Club just a little bit longer, because we do have some more skelly bobs here waiting. There he is, you can see him there, coming up the ladder. We're just gonna ambush him for a change. We're the one doing the ambushing. I don't know what happened there. He somehow managed to hurt me coming up the ladder. Okay, ambush failed, but never mind. Alright, that's those two done. So we can head down. Careful in the middle of this room because this dark patch of tiling will break and fall. You will fall down into a room with a Black Knight in it, which is fantastic news if you are looking for a Black Knight weapon still, but not so great if it takes you unawares, so be aware. We're going to continue down this ladder here into a corridor that has 2 archers and a necromancer. So this is a part where, like, if you have any kind of like pyromancy or just any kind of ranged attacks, that's going to be very helpful. The way I quite like to do it is just going in there trying to hit all 3 things at once, even though the skeletons will respawn. It's just trying to get that necromancer down, and then we can pick off the skeletons later. So let's just see what happens here. Oh, I got a backstab. I didn't actually mean to do that. I was trying to get the necromancer. Okay, it was messy. It was really messy. But we did it. Really messy. I don't know why. There's certain bits in this game that just scare me. Ooh, this one has dropped a skull lantern. So this is one of the ways that you can light up. Not so much the catacombs, it's more for the area coming up ahead. So you would equip this in one of your hands, and when you like activate it as if you were lifting up your shield, it lights up the area ahead of you. It's really, really good, like a really good source of light. However, it does mean that you will be one-handing your weapon, or in my case, not being able to equip a sword. So now that's me done with the club. This next area, well, have you heard of bone wheels? This is the bone wheel area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to proceed backwards, back to the part where I told you we can drop down and get to the blacksmith, because there was a couple things I wanted to show you just this way, and that's us now done. So this next room is a huge open room with several of these bone wheel enemies. It's really dark. It's not fun. It's one of those sort of infamous rooms in this game. So what I'm instead going to do, now that I've shown you how this all connects up, is that I'm going to go backwards and show you now what would have happened if you had just dropped off that spiral staircase there, and I'm going to let you decide how you're going to handle this area. Let me just put my shield back on here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to let you decide, you know, if you're not bothered about the Gravelord Covenant and you just want to get down safely, quickly, and you do want that much better bonfire down there, I think it is honestly worth just taking this jump off here. However, I would get the bonfire beside it first. So I'll head back there now and I'll show you what I mean. So this bonfire here was the one I was talking about. I would grab this one, rest at it, just so in case you do fall and die, that you respawn there instead of way, way back at the start of the catacombs. Now, I rested, I think... Yeah, I think this was the last one I rested at. I don't think I've been at any other bonfires, so I'm just going to make 100% sure, and I am going to rest here. It's going to respawn everything, but I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so from this bonfire we're going back to the right into the sort of previous area. And we're going to go down the spiral staircase. We've got more skeletons in here, of course. Where is he? I can hear him, but I can't see him. Oh, he's there. There we go. Okay, so there should be another one just down here as well, which is going to fall down there, and so is the other one. So bear in mind there are 2 skeletons down there now, which is worth noting because we are also going down there. So I think one of them died. So the way that you get off here is simply by stepping off the edge. So I am not running, I did not roll, I didn't press anything, I literally just stepped off the edge, and that gets you to this sort of ledge here. You can then step off this ledge to where this green titanite shard is, and then finally drop down. Maybe we can get a plunging attack on this skeleton here. Okay, I didn't get the plunge, but he's sort of disorientated. That's fine. All right, perfect. Perfect, we made it first try. Very nice. So I'm just going to heal up here, just because it's safe, and we may as well, and we're going to head down this hole to where we can hear some tinging. Ting, ting.
Be gone with you. You spoil my focus.
Have you ever seen a skeleton with a beard? He's knocked down that wall for us. So from here, this room here is the big room I was just talking about with all the bone wheel skeletons in it. So we have now essentially unlocked a way to the next boss, the pinwheel boss, instantly. And also this bonfire here. This bonfire is not in Prepare to Die. It's only in Remastered. Bear that in mind. And you can warp to this bonfire. A very, very good addition to this game. It was sort of necessary, really. So this is Blacksmith Vamos. He handles fire weapons and he handles chaos weapons. So you can give him the embers if you pick them up. I actually have a crystal ember on me, which we have to give to the magic blacksmith down in New Londo Ruins. So that's why he was like, oh, you got an ember? No, no, not for me, you don't. Yeah, so this is your fire guy. You can reinforce just normal weapons with him as well while he's here. And it's worth pointing out that he does obviously have like titanite shards and arrows and stuff. I am low on arrows in that I have no arrows, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick up... I don't know if I need 200 of them. I'm going to pick up some arrows. That's fine. 75, that's fine. And then that'll be all. And then because he's opened this area here, this is how we're going to progress. So we have rested at this bonfire. The best possible checkpoint, essentially, for this bone wheel room, which really sucks. If you hadn't guessed by the amount that I'm putting it off, it really sucks. So we're going to go the slowest we have ever gone through this game. And we're going to use our ears, which is hard when you've got him tinging behind us. And our eyes, you can obviously like up the brightness on your monitor. I've got my shield held out because these guys are going to see me. I see one there. There you go. Okay, he's coming. They're going to see me before I see them. So when they start rolling at you, I like to step out of the way. Wait till they stop rolling and then counterattack, okay? If you go in there while they are rolling, they kill you very, very quickly. It's like a stun lock type deal. So I'm going to try and get this one on the left here. Oh god, there's two more. Okay, we've pulled two. That's fine. We can head back into this room. Hopefully he doesn't go anywhere near the blacksmith. That would not be ideal. So we got one there. There was a second one. Here it comes. Managed to get him caught there. That's ideal. Alright. They go down pretty quickly, but it is just making sure that you don't get surrounded by them. So that was 3. I still see one over there. Go too far over to that side of the room where that sparkle is just there, and you will sometimes grab the attention of the Black Knight. There is a great axe wielding Black Knight over there just on a ledge. Right, that bone whale doesn't seem to want to come and see me, so we've just got these ones over here. I'm just going to keep pulling one back this way where we know it's safe. Using my shield with 100% physical block just to make sure we're not going to get chipped. And there are one more here. So you can chase him if you want, or you can just go ahead and proceed in this direction towards our next boss. So this is a boss that could be available to you potentially really early on, but we've come here really late, really. We've got 2 Lord Souls, Black Knight Sword plus 5! Oh! My days! Oh! That wouldn't have happened normally, because obviously I've stopped at the fog gate to talk to you guys, so you've just gone through the fog gate. Do as I say, not as I do. Look at their pelvises just rolling. Oh my god, sorry, I got a fright there. Right, so we've come here very late. We've got very good equipment and very high stats. So this next boss is going to be laughably easy. You can probably kill this boss with 1 full stamina bar of combos on your sword. So just honestly, don't worry about it. Don't think, just go for it. Just wail on him. He is remarkably easy to kill. But if you are doing like an SL1 or just a playthrough where you have really low stats, maybe you're just punching everything to death, this boss could be surprisingly difficult. He clones himself. Each clone fires like fire magic at you, and you're going to want to hit them and get them down before going and turning your attention towards the real one. But I honestly don't think he's going to get as far as cloning. So leaving Pinwheel until last, well, not until last, you know what I mean. Leaving him late does make him very, very easy. However, it locks off his treasure until this late in the game. So he has the right of kindling, which will allow us to kindle bonfires up to a maximum of, well, level 4. So that they give us 20 Estus flasks instead of 10. It still does use humanity each time. So you'd need 3 humanity to get 10, 15, and then 20. But it means that we've left this quite late. So something I did when I was doing a challenge run was I did come here early in order to get the Rite of Kindling. So I could beat Ornstein and Smo with 20 Estus flasks. So I did come down here and kill Pinwheel early for that. I wasn't counting, but I think that was 4 hits of a 2-handed on my sword. I did get hit there because I was not really paying attention, but yeah, so Rite of Kindling, you can now kindle beyond the normal limit. We get a humanity and a homeward bone, and one of the masks. We got Mask of the Mother. You can either get Mother, Father, or Child. Over here by his desk, there's a ladder leading out. That was a boss. That was a boss, guys. But yeah, it is easy. It's super easy at this point in the game. But because you can potentially come down here straight from Firelink if you have the flippin' testicles big enough, that's why he is so easy, because he could potentially be like your second boss. But yeah, he's not too bad. So as you can see, coming up here, it is bloody dark. This is the Tomb of the Giants. That is us finished with the Catacombs and finished with our episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. The Catacombs is not my favourite area, but the Tomb of the Giants I like even less. So, if that sounds like good fun, click here to go to that next part. I will see you there. Remember to subscribe for more walkthrough videos like this, as well as tips on all types of things from beginner right through to expert level on all types of Souls games. And I will see you in those. Have a lovely day.